The Moskvich is back. This was a Renault factory till last year, but like so many Western companies, the French automaker pulled up stakes over the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So Russia nationalized the plant, and it now produces the Moskvich, a brand from the old Soviet days. Some thought everything would collapse, said President Vladimir Putin this month. Nothing is falling apart. Our domestic manufacturers now have opportunities. Hardship was expected to come from global sanctions designed to punish Russia.
Is adopted.
The United Nations voted this week once more overwhelmingly to denounce the invasion. But just how isolated has the war left Russia? Like the UN vote last year, 141 countries demanded Russia withdraw from Ukraine. Only 7, including Russia, voted against. But there were also more than 30 abstentions, many African countries, plus India and China. Those two countries, with over 35% of the world's population, have not shunned Russia. Russian oil exports to China soared to 2 million barrels a day last month, and to India, 1.4 million barrels a day, a record high. Whether selling energy to China and India, or buying military drones from Iran or artillery shells from North Korea, Russia can still find partners to help both its economy and its military. President Putin met with a top Chinese official this week, a message to the world that Russia has friends. China is building new pipelines to transport Russian gas from Siberia, and Putin is strengthening relationships with the so-called Global South.
You can think of the use of sanctions as being perhaps weakening Russia in the very long term. But in terms of altering behavior right now, no, it's not going to have any impact.
Back at home, old Russian brands like Kama bicycles are having a revival. I used to ride a Kama, says Tatiana. I feel positive for our producers. Most Russians, says one Moscow-based pollster, are adapting to a more Russified economy.
They don't think about the direct influence of the sanctions. Or us, we are strong and we can stand everything.
The Moskvich wasn't very popular back in the old Soviet days, but in a time of economic sanctions, consumers have no choice but to consider Russian brands that they once turned away from. Eric Sorensen, Global News.